And welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. Ryu and Nina have just escaped from Sunder on that mountain there. And we're just gonna hang around in this area a little bit. Something in this little cave, or whatever you call it here, that we're gonna want to get. Yeah. Reverse gene! Reverse gene is a very useless gene. You use it while turning into a dragon during battle, and what it does is reverses the property of a single other gene that you have there. So let's say I chose the fire gene and the reverse gene, it would turn Ryu into an ice dragon rather than a fire dragon. However, once you get the appropriate ice gene, then reverse becomes useless for that. You can use it for a couple of other things, but it's not really that good. What good it does do is, since it costs a rather small amount of AP to use, only 3, you can use it to turn into a small standard dragon for a very low AP cost. Here's a fishing spot. I'm actually gonna cut away and do some fishing there. And here we are back again. And we're gonna go camp a bit, see what the dialogue is. Don't worry, you don't have to worry about him telling people he's a dragon, because he doesn't speak. Now it's blocking us from moving forward, so we're going to have to go in here. This is the same kind of armor that we've had before. And the same kind of... basically everything that this guy sells is stuff that we've had before. So I'm just gonna buy a few ammonias and call it and move on. Oh, apparently I'm gonna buy a piece of armor and not equip it. Notice these little crystals here. Nina casts her little magic wand at them and they light up. What good does that do? Well, you're about to find out. We enter in this little room here, and then we run up here and get through a fight. And you go over here and you cast your wand at this thing. It lights up and then you have a countdown of 30 seconds. In that 30 seconds you go up to the second floor, run here, run up. You get down to the area that we started at, and light up all 4 of those crystals. They'll stay lit this time. You gotta be pretty quick with it, and you can only run that one direction, or you don't have any time to go any other way. And you can't go back the way you started, because there's a laser beam in the way. See, I barely made it. And the water drains out. Now we can go and get that treasure chest. multivitamin will restore a lot of HP to all of your characters in battle. It's pretty useful for bringing your crew back from the brink of death. Now you can cast back at this thing here, but it's not going to light up. Now, in the event that you don't feel like going after the multivitamin right now, something you can do is cast that, and it would, before you pick up the multivitamin, cast that, and the countdown starts. And you use that time as an opportunity to move as far into the castle as you can before time runs out, because you're not going to get into any battles. It allows you to avoid a lot of the fights. I wouldn't recommend doing it, though, in the event that you still need to level your characters. Oh, see, Nina's become quite a powerful character. Don't let that null you into thinking that she is a powerful character. She's better than no one. If I had the option of choosing someone else right now, I probably would choose someone else. And the further you get into the game, the more of a strength deficit she has. She becomes weaker and weaker by comparison to the other characters. Not balanced very well. Now, new type of enemy we're going to fight here, an armor bot. 2 of them. Very high defense. Now, when you're fighting these robots, have Nina cast Jolt on them, and it puts them in sort of a confused state. They may attack themselves, or they may attack their buddy, like what just happened there. The problem with the armor bots is they have a rather high armor rating. So high that Nina isn't capable of doing normal physical damage to them. So watch this. 2. Insignificant. Ryu is... oh, that was sad. He's only capable of doing barely more than that. Not a bad level. Now, there's 2 places you can go. You can go down, but I'd rather go this way right now, because there is a bed and a save point. I'm not going to use it right now. In the event that you're a little under-leveled at this point, the castle that we're in becomes a kind of a hard dungeon, because those enemies will wear you down rather quickly. So this little bed in here is a godsend. Gotta be something. Nothing. Cheap bastards. Let's read some of these books. Alright, so there is someone living here, doing experiments and working on machines. Problem is, all the machines use this Chrysler, which is a big theme in this game. It's what they were mining when they discovered Ryu in the beginning of the game. But it attracts monsters, and a lot of the machines woke up and are violent. What in the hell is that little thing? It's like a drop. You know those little candies you buy at the movie theater for $17? Well, let's check this out. Ugh, you gotta be kidding me. Scribble that on the floor or something. Oh, but look at that. We got ourselves a guide back to India now. They rested, so their HP is going to be restored. What are you fiddling with your hair for? You didn't even do anything. Jesus, girl pisses me off. Okay, so Momo, our newest character, has joined. Let's take a look at her stats. Now, she is kind of a low level compared to the other two. She's at level 10, but notice her power is through the frickin' roof, much higher than Ryu. Her defense is adequate, a little bit low, but she has kind of crappy armor right now, I think. And her intelligence is, well, decent enough. Her agility is merely average for that level, but really her has two real good abilities. Her ability to heal, which for a while she's actually going to take over as the primary healer of the group, and her attack power is unbelievable. Which, unfortunately, that's offset a little bit by her rather low accuracy. She will miss an incredible amount of shots. It's going to be irritating, actually, how many shots she's going to miss. Now, the weapons that she uses, I'll get her some better armor. Bring her up to 45, although it did slow her down a little bit. Ooh, that's dropping it a little bit low. No, don't do it. But having a third character, finally getting back up to 3 characters again, is going to provide an enormous boost to our ability to fight. So let's get out here, get into a fight, and demonstrate that. Now, you know, she uses a kind of a cannon and does some rather powerful attacks with it. So let's see that. And the other two defend and use an attack. Oh, look at that damage. It's awesome. Almost enough to take the Protobot down. It's a good thing she starts at level 10 too, because if she started at level 1 like Nina did, this would be horrible. Yeah, it's a little... You don't actually have to do this, but it's a little bit of a puzzle. And I'm gonna have to admit that it took me a little longer than I had hoped to remember how to do this. Or to figure out how to do it. But this is how you do this puzzle. Step here, 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 here. Just do what I'm doing. You want to turn all of them gray. And there we have it. Door opens, and we can get the goods in here. A skill ink, useful item. Flame Chrysum and Ice Chrysum. Those are weapons from Momo that add flame and ice attacks to her attacks. We're going to be using that in a little while. Boom! That's her world attack. If she shot a person with that, it would essentially be the same as Ryu swinging a sword. It would mug them. What you want to do is find the two cubes that match the one on the other side of the room there. Not that hard to see. This one here is actually rotating in the same way. So let's click on that one. And if you pay attention, you'll notice the one at the top of the screen there is also a match. Although it's rotating differently, so it's a little harder to tell. This one is not it. Up here. No, not that one. This one here. I'll get through the battle. Okay, there we go. Now you can step over this. Had I not clicked the right ones, or I'd not clicked any of them, while trying to move across that, I would have fell through a hole in the floor and had to go back across a fair portion of the dungeon. Now we're getting pretty close to the end, I think. Lizard. I probably thought I was going to cut this battle out, but I guess I didn't. Okay, here's another little puzzle. There are three different areas here. The two on the right and the left have secrets, little treasure chests. But this one, the staircase at the top of the screen, is our ultimate destination. Hyperbot. This is another type of enemy and has a very peculiar attack called Blitz. We're going to see it used here. It hurls random objects at the characters. It actually took Nina down. Fortunately, she did one of those quick resurrections. Now, that's an ability that Ryu is eventually going to be able to use as a dragon. The downside to it is it halves the HP of the user. See, Nina got a new level up and a new ability called Ice Blast. As you would figure, it's an ice attack. Now, it's quite a powerful ice attack, and it's the kind of attack that I'm going to be using basically for the rest of the game. And we have a treasure chest full of 800 zenny. Money's always nice, but I would have preferred a nice item instead. I can get money by killing monsters. Okay. Now, you're going to want to click these things over. allowing you to get over to this area to the left here. And there's another item over here we're going to want to go and get. Moon Tears. What Moon Tears do is they restore your HP on all of your characters. HP and status. Very useful item, not to be confused with the Crocodile Tears, which are practically useless. Let's take a look at, well, no. See what happened there? Notice Nina's maximum HP is yellow. That's because in that last battle, the one I had cut out, she fell and I never resurrected her before the end of the battle. That means her maximum HP has gone down. I can't restore her HP up as high as it was before, and it's going to stay that far. It's going to stay low like that until certain plot points happen, or I take her to an inn and have her and pay to rest up, rather than just say using a camp or using items to restore the HP. It's one of the only reasons why I would ever actually use an inn rather than just camping all the time for free. Now, if she keeps getting beaten in battles, then her maximum HP is going to continue to drop for quite a number of times, and eventually it's going to stop lowering her HP. But because it drops the maximum HP a few points, it's not something you're really going to want to let happen too often. And it's going to happen a lot with Nina because she's not a very high defense character, which is made even more worse by the lower HP. Now, see what I'm doing here. You take Nina out and you cast her little magic wand on this crystal here, and you charge it up, and it moves this platform. Now you can just charge it up 6 or 7 times and move all the way across, which is where you're going to need to go. Or you can charge it the appropriate number of times for these little platforms here and get the treasure chests. I would recommend doing that because this breastplate here is not only stronger than what we've had before, but is lighter and allows for a higher level of agility than some of the other armor options we have available to us. So at the very least, get that one. You can go back over here. You're not going to have any enemies in this area, so don't worry about wandering around too much. Now I did this one wrong. I needed to charge one more time. No. Six times will get you there. Ivory dice. Ivory dice? Interesting. Ivory dice is an interesting item because it doesn't appear to have any use, and the item description doesn't give you an idea of what it does. If you head down this way, there's a platform here, but it doesn't take you anywhere that you want to go. It just puts you on that platform we were on before. Only what the ivory dice actually does is it increases the amount of experience points you get from an enemy. Now, just having one ivory dice, which should be, I should say ivory die, or however the hell you're supposed to say it, not really going to have that good of an effect. But you're going to want to save these things up, and there's going to be an ability that you can gain later on in the game that will allow you to replicate items. And once you get that ability, and you can do that, you should do it to the ivory dice, get a lot of these things, and then use them on some high experience enemies, and gain a crap load of experience. It'll be awesome. But that's going to be a while from now. Now, up here... Oh, no, not here. I was thinking we were a little bit further along. Bamboo rod. All the fishing I've done earlier, bamboo rod is basically the same as the fishing rod I have, and it allows Ryu to cast further. Okay, here we go. With Nina in the lead, you go over here and you cast into this crystal. Make sure your character is a clustered tight to you. Apparently, Momo wasn't. Every time she hits that magic beam, she's going to lose some HP. She'll never die from it, but she'll be poisoned and have low HP. And notice she fell during that battle, so now her max HP has been reduced, becoming a little bit of a problem. But we're close to the end, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, look where we are. A library. What we're looking for is under the desk. It's a mother effing rocket. Freaking awesome. We are flying into the sky, and uh-oh. Oh, that could have gone better. Well, I'm going to use this as an end of the episode, so tune in for the next one, and we'll move our way back on the Wednesday.